just saw a wave of new videos about MMORPGs coming out. And we're going to start somewhere special today. I have a special connection to this game that we're going to look at first. Wave, lol. Yes, a wave. No, not a tidal wave. More like a ripple in a pond, Faith. So, a long time ago, I used a VPN, got myself onto a Japanese server and started playing Blue Protocol. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was dog shit. I made an entire video talking about how much dog shit it was. Now, Blue Protocol disappeared, never released, vanished for a while, is no longer being published by Amazon Games. They censored their game in the West. They did a whole bunch of manipulative shit, botting included. And now they're back. I am genuinely interested to see what people think of the new version of Blue Protocol and if it's going to be any different than what it was when it initially released. I'm more than willing. I am more than willing to change my opinion on Blue Protocol when I do get the chance to play it. I believe it's releasing in October. And I want you to take every video we see with a pinch of salt, because I'm willing to bet that all of these people have been paid to talk this game up. Now let's take a look into Blue Protocol. Let's see where it's sitting right now. They did a little bit of a rebranding. But is that all it is, or did they actually do something to make the game better? Let's find out.
Star Resonance is the long-anticipated anime MMORPG from Shanghai Bokuda Network Technology. It is one of the MMOs that I have covered on this channel more than any other, and that is because it is one of the MMOs that I am personally most excited for. Star Resonance is set in a vibrant fantasy world brought to life with stunning Japanese anime-style visuals, arguably some of the best.
Okay, so the gameplay I'm looking at in the background seems exactly the same as it was previously.
The anime genre has to offer. It offers a rich variety of gameplay experiences to satisfy a wide range of player interests. At its core, Star Resonance focuses on both single-player and multiplayer social interaction, blending an anime aesthetic with immersive cooperative features to create an engaging world that offers both thrilling adventures and casual social experiences, catering to every single type of MMO player. Naturally, being both the MMO and Blue Protocol.
So did you hear that? You hear that they're trying to cater for a whole bunch of people. That's the worst way to build an MMO. To try and get everyone to play your game. This feels like this guy's reading off of a script right now. But one of the things that is really fucking annoying about MMORPGs is that they're trying to be for everyone. Casual players, addicted players, people who love the grind, people who don't love the grind. Don't do that. Make a good game. Make people enjoy playing the game. Make the game enjoyable if people can play it for 1 hour a week or 20 hours a week. But this shit? Nah. Not a good idea.
Star Resonance connoisseur that I am, when the team reached out to me and offered to sponsor a dedicated video, I absolutely had to say yes.
The team reached out to him so he could do a sponsored video. You know, sponsored videos are always the most objective videos out there on the internet. People always tell the truth when they get sent money by the company that they're sponsored to do a video about.
As excited for Star Resonance as I am, then I urge you to take a moment, go down into the description of the pinned comment below, click that link, and pre-register right now.
There it is. There it is. There's the resyndication. I can't blame him for doing this. This is how you pay your bills.
What is going to be one of the most fun, engaging anime MMOs of 2025. You genuinely do not want to miss this. Now let's talk about the game. I will preface this by stating that this is still in active development, and as such, this does not represent the final product. Star Resonance takes place in an enormous, mostly open world. I say mostly.
Do you know why he's off camera right now? It's because he's reading a script.
because it's not a traditional open world MMO, and so that there exists a singular world and allows for seamless traversal without loading screens. Instead, there's a main city, cut off from the rest of the world via a small load. And what I would designate regions with smaller zones that you can freely traverse. Each major region has a small load separating them, otherwise it's completely open. The area is very significant.
So did you hear the double speak there? Did you hear the double speak there? Oh, every area is instanced and cut off from every other area, but it's definitely an open world, guys. I wonder if they still have like a 35 player limit in each region. This isn't the final product. Phew, now we are free to make shit. Yeah. It's a co-RPG like Guild Wars 1. It's not even that, Faith. From what I played when I played Blue Protocol initially, it's an ARPG from a first-person view. You don't even need to have other players around you. And one of the biggest issues was you had 30 people sitting in one zone, waiting around one enemy, trying to get enough hits off on that enemy. And no one's fucking queuing. Everyone's just slamming buttons as hard as possible, desperately trying to get enough hits off on the enemy to count as a kill. I wonder if they still face that problem. It's kind of like Monster Hunter, but horrible in every way. Vox, I'll give it this. The action combat, the actual action combat with the weapons feels good, but that's all it's got going for it.
Significantly in theme and purpose, every region looks and feels completely unique, from dense forests to open plains to mountainous spires. Every new region is thrilling to venture into, with new story, new things to explore, and most importantly, new enemies to murder. Every area features a variety of ways to traverse. You can climb, you can jump, you can fly utilizing the wind. But beginning the game, you're given the option of creating your very own character. Mr. 69.
I wonder if they censored the Western version like Amazon Games wanted, or whether they took that back. I'm curious about that one.
Went through a few different models over the course of our time spent in game, but she ultimately settled on Buns, the adorable machination that you see on screen right now. There are a plethora of different options. You have hairstyles, facial sliders, body sliders. Yes!
Let's see if there's a titty slider.
Body sliders. Admittedly, we did spend a little too much time in there, but that is a defining feature of a good MMO. Stylists, fashionistas are absolutely going to love this game, partly for the character customization options and partly for all the insane outfits that you're going to have access to. And trust me, there are enough to get you absolutely soaking wet.
All of them are going to be stuck in the cash shop and you're going to have to pay extra money. Now, if I remember correctly, from when I played Blue Protocol, this is how it worked. It wasn't just a gambling system, right? They had their baseline gambling system where it's a gacha system where there's actually an anime girl that shows up on screen and pulls a lever that cranks shit out, and then you get drops off of that. Now, not only is that in the game, there's a secondary currency you get from going into the first gambling system that lets you into the second gambling system, which lets you buy more shit to do more gambling because they've got like a double currency system working for them. I'm willing to bet that still exists. I'm willing to bet that if you want something in this fucking game, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars in order to get it.
Then you select your class. I opted for the Heavy Guardian because tanks are always in need, and honestly it meant that I would be able to not only clear content without issue, but also get instant dungeon queues. And also, you get to use that.
It's not that important. The Holy Trinity in Blue Protocol, at least from the baseline game, was not that important. It's a Korean MMO, right? It's a Japanese MMO, Faith. So still squinty, just different kind of squinty.
That as a weapon, I have no idea what that actually is, but stabbing things with it is a lot of fun. Speaking of stabbing things, combat in this game feels great. It's fast, it's fluid, and most importantly, it isn't tab hard, or rather, it is full action.
What he's talking about now is actually the best part of this game. The action combat felt good, but that's about it.
Combat. You move seamlessly, you dodge effortlessly, and utilize a selection of abilities to mow down enemies. The Heavy Guardian was admittedly pretty fun. Normally I'm a fan of mages, but every now and then I tend to dabble in melee. In this instance, neither Mrs. Sticks nor I were disappointed. It might be classified as a tank, but that in no way inhibited its ability to destroy enemies, both out in the world.
So you see that? What he just said? It doesn't matter if you're a tank or DPS, it just matters how much damage you do and whether you can knock this bar down in time. That's all that matters. Every single time I went into an instance with other people when playing Blue Protocol for the first time, you just fucking bum rush the enemy and try and destroy them as quickly as possible. No one gave a shit about tanks and healers.
World or in dungeons. If I happen to grow bored with my current class, however, then I can respec at any point in any other available class at the click of a button, making it easy to fill any role at any time. This alleviates monotony and reduces the tedious nature of re-rolling alternate accounts with other classes in the off chance that you're required to swap. You have access to your single class by default, with additional class changes made available later in the game. Everything all in a single character at any moment. That is what I love to see. Tank, give me a sec to swap. Support, I got to cover. DPS on it. As an addendum, individual talent trees allow for players to
So essentially, there's no unique class identity.
further customize their class, leading them a lot of
Okay, that looks better. That talent tree does look a lot better than what it did previously.
combos, providing a significant degree of class depth. I love when games allow you to make a class your own. I remember when I used to be capable of making constitution DPS builds or high strength tanks. Yeah, that, that really messed with people. In terms of content, there's the main story. I was pretty taken aback by this. Admittedly, it was a lot better than I'd anticipated. The game has a core cast of characters that operate alongside you, that propel you forward through the world. There are real villains, and we're not talking the generic kind found in a lot of other MMOs. Star Residence has legitimate bad guys that kind of compel you to learn more, that integrate themselves into the story and enthrall you in what's being told. The longer we played it, the better it got. I can name on one hand how many MMOs are available right now that have a narrative worth sitting through. I'm glad that this is one.
Okay, so I really feel like he's reading off of a script. So for people who don't know, this is the story of Blue Protocol, right? You are thrown back in time or forward in time or whatever the fuck to a different time period. You become the slave of a 1,000-year-old little demon vampire girl who's definitely over the age, and you can tell because she's an alcoholic. She's a child, basically. Quite literally, it does feel like a Genshin Impact clone. Is the story good? 5 out of 10. Barely worth remembering.
That I can add to that list. There are dungeons. This is where more of the fun comes into play. Mrs. Six and I absolutely love running dungeons and raid content in MMOs. It's a challenge of not only your skill, but your ability to work with other players. Now, sometimes other people suck, and that genuinely cannot be helped, but it is also part of the thrill. Overcoming adversity, the odds, and emerging the victor. Star Residence's dungeons are a blast to play with multiple different...
Oh, by the way, you see this thing in the top right corner here? I don't know how this works now, but when you were playing Blue Protocol back in the day, you got a 30-minute timer to beat all the bosses. And you could solo dungeons if you had enough gear and your level was high enough. You didn't need to interact with people. You could sprint through a dungeon by yourself and beat it. But you know what the limiting factor of that was? It was, do you do enough damage to deal with the health sponge bosses? Because the way they prevent you from doing these things by yourself is if you're a low enough level and something is a high enough level, there's a timer that'll kick you out the dungeon before you beat it if you have the skill to beat it. And also, if that range between high level and your level is big enough, you do 0 damage to that enemy. So it doesn't even matter if you're skilled enough to do it by yourself. You will not spend 30 minutes beating a boss or an open world boss or anything like that, because the game will tell you, Lamau, fuck off. I don't care how much skill you have. You're not beating this boss at your level. Which is incredibly disappointing to me, because it means the game is punishing you for being more skilled than other players. That's why I'm wondering why we're watching this, because I'm looking for the changes. That's why. I'm looking to see what's different about this MMO now than what it was previously. So far, the differences are I'm seeing more weapons. The talent tree decisions are different. And that's it. And maybe there won't be censorship in the Western version. Maybe.
last applied with multiple different difficulty levels: normal, difficult, and master. Every dungeon varies significantly in tone and setting, but the objective remains the same. Make your way through an intricately designed instance, surviving waves of enemies, traps, and other obstacles, and then engage a much more threatening and difficult boss. The diamond vaults are also doable, which is essentially a tower where you can advance through 60 floors either solo or co-op. After completing 4 floors, the final floor will be a boss fight and you'll achieve various different rewards. Mr. Six only made it to level 10 before meeting a wall at level 60 with 3 others. How far do you think you'll be able to get? These fights are genuinely very impressive and are ridiculously fun to do. Working in tandem with other players to overcome something of this magnitude is genuinely something that I miss. There are also life skills that involve things like fishing, cooking, crafting, or in this instance, gathering. These are non-combat.
Okay, so they have made this better than what it was previously, but here's the big fuck up, and I think this is still going to be in the game. Crafting is directly affected by the gacha system, right? And there used to be certain tickets you had to be able to get in order to roll on a weapon to maybe get the stats you want. And if you didn't have one of those guaranteed tickets, you'd be rolling on a weapon forever, not realizing that you're never going to get it until you get one of those tickets that you buy out of the gacha system.
Combat activities that allow players to engage with the game's world in a more relaxed and creative way. These skills enhance gameplay by providing resources, items, and customization.
Oh, okay, shit, that's different. Okay. Previously, this game was so dog shit that it didn't even show, like, what you were gathering on the ground. What you were gathering on the ground was just a shiny little fucking light. So they made a mild improvement when it comes to this.
Options that complement combat and exploration. The materials you acquire are used to craft items like potions, equipment, or consumables that aid in combat or provide.
Also, yes, I agree with you, Rosario. This feels 100% scripted.
Other benefits. Life skills offer a break from combat, letting players engage in relaxing activities that aid in adding depth to the MMORPG experience, allowing you to enjoy the game's vibrant world in a more relaxed, non-combat context. Star Residence has a unique housing system that allows players to claim and personalize their homesteads in the game's world of
I'm so fucking sick of housing. I'm so fucking sick of a two-decade-old system being thrown into every single MMORPG and people pretending like it's something new. WoW is doing it now. Blue Protocol's biting off of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not expect this response right here. I did not expect this many people to like this tweet. This shit blew the fuck up when I made this tweet. And I didn't expect it. Player housing is a near-worthless, copium-laden game mechanic that more often than not removes the multiplayer aspect of the game. Removes from the multiplayer aspect of the game more than adding to it. 300 fucking people like that. 300 people like that. That tweet doing numbers. This deserves time in your stream. Yes! Yes, Faith! Let me show you why. Let me show you exactly why. This is so exciting to me. I'm going to show you exactly why. I'll show you afterwards, if this page ever goddamn loads.
Ragnas, players can acquire their own personal living spaces, which serve as customizable areas separate from the open world, acting as a private hub for you to relax and express your creativity. Unfortunately, we did not get very far when it came to the actual customization of the home, but it lets you decorate your space with various items, furniture, and cosmetics. This allows for even further customization, enabling you to create unique environments that reflect your style or preferences. It's integrated into the game's broader systems, complementing life skills like crafting and gathering, providing further non-combat activities for more casual players. As an additive, you can invite friends to your lot, showing off everything you've attained in your adventure thus far. There are a ton of mounts and outfits for you to obtain if you're a collector like myself. There's nothing quite like strutting around the town on either a rare mount or that difficult to obtain new outfit. Every MMO player knows that fashion is the true endgame, and both mounts and outfits allow for you to truly express your inner, well, you. You can customize your character.
Yeah, let me, okay, it's finally loaded. Let me show you why.
What is good, guys?
I have a vindictive, mean fucking streak going through me. You see this motherfucker right here. You see this asshole right here. 1 year ago, this man reacted to my video, and you know what he said?
You get bored and you go back. That is, of course, novel. I assigned to blue
Where is it?
after getting absorbed.
Fuck, sure.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm gonna say this right now. I cannot wait for this game to come out in the US. I cannot wait for it to be a thing where everyone who made these type of videos who said that this shit was horrible or pay to win, gotcha, crazy, whatever the hell, I can't wait for it to come out and you see all these content creators just literally taking back their words and looking stupid as they make content about how much they enjoy the game. Can't wait.
Sorry, what was that, bitch? A fucking year ago? This is why I care about this. This motherfucker came after me. This guy was out here saying, oh, you're going to be a dumbass when this game releases. The game was so dog shit that they had to pull it for a fucking year and remake it. What was his point? His point was, oh, Blue Protocol's fucking incredible and amazing. That was his point. I don't speak jive. It's fine. I live in Africa. I understand what he's saying.
Can't wait. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and I already liked it because I thought it was going to be something that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But anyways, thanks to Rose, whatever, for the content. I really appreciate it. It was funny, some parts.
Quick! When
And,
you
I hope
swing
you
at
guys
the
enjoyed
king,
video.
you better not miss you.
Do they still make content? I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, guys, welcome back.
No, they gave up. They gave up before Blue Protocol released. They gave the fuck up. That's even better. Oh, that makes it even better. That's so good.
Only thing I see is a bald white man trying to keep a young beep down. Keep it up, bald white man.
A young beep. But I have a vindictive streak because I know there's a bunch of fucking retards out there who really think this game's going to be good, even after rework. Even though both, I think, player housing in MMOs is a dumb system and a lot of players have been begging for it in every MMO that didn't have it, sadly. There are a bunch of dumb people who are out there coping for a fucking housing system, and it's one of the dumbest things imaginable. And one of these things that these people don't realize is the more they focus on some stupid fucking system like housing, they're removed from the development of the actual game. What happens is, you get the Guild Wars 2 problem, where the devs develop a whole bunch of stupid shit that no one cares about, that fucking sucks. Instead of them just focusing on making the game good, they just keep adding systems that don't need to be there. Development is a resource. Capacity is a resource that is limited. And if you keep on spreading your goddamn resources so thin by adding all these bullshit systems in, you take away from the ability for the game to be better than what it is. Another black man's career gets destroyed. Oh, fuck me. I'll try it. It's free to play. If it sucks and no one plays it, I'll troll it. If it's untrollable, I'll move on. Yeah, it's going to be untrollable. I bet you that the chat moderation is going to be real fucking high on that one. If it has a decent player count, it'll get milked. If it's good, then I have a new game to main. What's going to happen? This was my prediction about Blue Protocol if it did release. Was it would be popular for about a month as everyone hops on the train to play it, and then it just dies. I see no reason currently why it wouldn't be any different.
Character's appearance, you can customize your outfit, you can customize your mount, you can customize your own home. You can truly live your dream life on Regnus, which ultimately brings me to my conclusion. Blue Protocol Star Resonance is an incredibly fun experience. It's a beautifully stunning game with so many varied forms of content. The pursuit hunts, chaotic realm, the story, guilds, if you're feeling spicy enough to join one. An enormous world filled with numerous regions to explore.
It's not an enormous world, I can promise you that. It's an instanced world.
Or at great depth, a lot of non-combat activities, life skills, customization. This right here is my dream anime MMO. And not only has it been an absolute pleasure playing through it, but also working alongside the team to bring you this video going over my thoughts. I have been waiting so freaking long to finally play this, and I cannot wait for all of you to get in on it as well. Again, if you are interested in trying Blue Protocol Star Residence out, and if you've been following me for years, then of course you're interested, and you can pre-register right now in preparation for its full release. So do it. Click that link down below and do not miss out.
Okay. Now, I want you to remember this video. I want you to remember this video for when Blue Protocol releases. I wonder if his knees hurts. I wonder if the back of his throat hurts, Vox. Noted that in Guild Wars 2 they gave us housing, but after a week. So, yeah, this is the thing. This is why I feel like they just junk a system in there. It's fucking shitty. They could have done better, and they just don't. If you focus on core gameplay mechanics, you can actually make the game, you could turn a 5 out of 10 game into an 8 out of 10 game. But instead, they just leave it as is and think that, oh, what we'll do to fix the problem and to keep the player base high is we will give them more features. Guys, more features makes a better MMO. Here's the thing, right? People don't realize if you do one thing and do one thing better than everyone else, you can worry about the secondary features later. But if you can't even do one thing right and you just keep adding shit on top of shit on top of shit, you just get a bigger pile of shit. And I don't think these devs realize that. They're just like, oh, we didn't get enough appeal from the ARPG game mechanics. So, you know what we'll do? Instead of fixing them and making them better, we'll add a housing system. It's such fucking cope. And it really pisses me off that everyone thinks, oh man, you know what's really going to save the game? Housing. You know what's really going to save the game? Is if we make this graphical tweak. It's so fucking stupid. That's why I care about this. And when this comes out, if it is not far better, far fucking better than the initial Blue Protocol, I'm going to shit all over it. Have you ever played PlanetSide 2? No, I haven't. It's an MMO. Is it? What am I thinking of? I thought there was an RTS game. I wanted storage in Guild Wars 2 housing. That is honestly all I wanted, and I didn't get it. Storage should be something linked to a larger bank system. You don't even need housing for that, Spider. That's literally one window. But they're not going to add that into the game because they can push you into the cash shop to make sure you unlock those extra slots. If you're lazy, yeah. StarCraft 2 is an MMO. It's a dead MMO if you want to call it an MMO. Filter. Though granted, StarCraft 2 today probably has a higher player base than New World, so if we're going by that standard, yeah. Probably. Now that's why I cared about this. Because I'm not seeing any differences. I'm not seeing any changes. All of it seems minor. I think we're getting the same game released as we did initially with a few small changes, and everyone's going to pretend like it's so much better now for a week, and then next week they're going to be shitting on it.